Hare Krishna. So we have been discussing till last time when we met. I think that was almost 3-4 weeks back, almost a month back when we last met. At that time, we were discussing the Leela of Govardhan Leela. Right? Last time we discussed, we met and we spoke about Govardhan Leela. I think that was done online. It was an online one. It was quite some time back. And we've been discussing from the Shrimad Bhagavatam, third canto, the second chapter, where Uddhava is speaking to Vidura. He's speaking to Vidura. Just a small check to see if everyone's alert. Okay. He's speaking to Vidura about the pastimes of Krishna. He's reminiscing the pastimes of Krishna, and in those pastimes, he first, he talks about the childhood pastimes of Krishna, his appearance. He's just summarizing, one. He just kind of picks one pastime and touches upon that. And we actually slowed down our train. Our train was going like a fast train, just stopping at only few stations. But then we made it a slow train and stopped at each station after that. Each verse we went through practically till we completed last chapter. Last time we almost completed the chapter, and in that chapter, the last verse is actually about the Ras Leela, where Uddhava just touches that Krishna performed Ras Leela with the Gopis. But I'm not touching upon it because, as we all know, it is an exalted topic. It is little beyond our level, all of us, including me, way beyond. So if I am not touching on that, but we will proceed with the next chapter, which is 3.3. Okay, this is Canto 3, Chapter 3, which is entitled "The Lord's Pastimes Out of Vrindavan." Till now, we were discussing pastimes in Vrindavan. So from here on, Chapter 3, Uddhava starts talking about Krishna's pastimes when he came out of Vrindavan. Okay, so text 1. Uddhava uvacha tata sa agatya puram swapitros चिकीर्षयासं बलदेव संयुतः निपात्य तुंगाद् रिपुयूथनाथं अतं व्यगर्षद् व्यसुम ओजसोर्व्याम. Shri Uddhava said, thereafter Lord Krishna went to Mathura city with Shri Baladev, and to please their parents, they dragged Kamsa, the leader of public enemies, down from his throne and killed him, pulling him along the ground with great strength. Purport: King Kamsa's death is only briefly described here because such pastimes are vividly and elaborately described in the 10th canto. The Lord proved to be a worthy son of his parents even at the age of 16 years. Both brothers, Lord Krishna and Baldev, went to Mathura from Vrindavan and killed their maternal uncle, who had given so much trouble to their parents Vasudeva and Devaki. Kamsa was a great giant, and Vasudeva and Devaki never thought that Krishna and Baladev, would be able to kill such a great and strong enemy. When the two brothers attacked Kamsa on the throne, their parents feared that now Kamsa would finally get the opportunity to kill their sons, whom they had hidden for so long in the house of Nanda Maharaj. The parents of the Lord, due to parental affection, felt extreme danger and they almost fainted. Just to convince them that they had actually killed Kamsa, Krishna and Baldev pulled Kamsa's dead body along the ground to encourage them. Hare Krishna. So, in this verse, Uddhava is giving a very graphic description of the way Kamsa was killed by Krishna. It's amongst the many pastimes of Krishna. This is another celebrated pastime by Krishna killing Kamsa. Though in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, while the build up to the pastime is very long, it is like long time tak lamba chalta hai uska pastime ka build up. Okay, and if you see over here, in this one verse, it is summarized. But even in the Shrimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, in the killing of Kamsa, it is finished in one verse. In one or two verses, it's over, that Kamsa is killed. It's not a very long description. But the build up to it is very long. There's almost like 7-8 chapters where the build up to Kamsa being killed by Krishna is created. So how does it start? It starts like this, that Narada comes before, he comes before Kamsa. He comes to Kamsa and he tells Kamsa that, bhai, dekho, this person whom you have been sending a lot of demons to Vrindavan to kill, kill Krishna or kill those children over there. He's not very clear whom he's going after. So now Narada makes it very clear to him. Narada tells him that, dekho, bhai sahab, this child who is the son of Nanda and Yashoda, right, over there. Nanda Maharaj was the king of the Gopas, the Gopa community, the Vaishya community. So वो जो व्यक्ति है ना, yeah. So this person who is the son of, you think is son of Nanda and Yashoda, he is actually the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. He is the person who is born to kill you. So now you should kill him. ऐसा नारद मुनि आके उसको बोल के जाते हैं. And immediately, Vasudeva becomes very angry. That cheater Nanda, I will kill him. That cheater Vasudeva, immediately I'll kill him. So, Narad Muni tells him that, don't worry, इतना चिंता मत करो ना, ठीक है ना, उनको आप बुला लो ना, इधर बुला लो, उनको इधर ही मार दो. Now you know whom you are going after. So you kill him. Okay. So then Akrura calls, he calls Uddhava, Kamsa calls Akrura, he calls Akrura and he tells Akrura that, देखो ये अभी आपको एक सेवा देने वाला, I'm giving you a service, because only you can do it, because you are very dear to, the Yadus, and you are not seen as an enemy of the Yadus like I am. So therefore ये सेवा आपको करना है, डिप्लोमेसी वाला काम है, ये आपको करना है. बोला क्या काम? बोले, see, I have made a plan to kill Krishna. I have found out that this Krishna and Balaram are the sons of Vasudeva, and they are going to be the cause of my death. Therefore, I have decided that I have to kill them. So he makes a multi-pronged plan. Uska strategy to suno. Matlab kitna strategy manata hai Kamsa to kill Krishna. He makes so many plans. He says, first in advance, I will send Keshi demon. Keshi will go there. He will go to Vrindavan, and in Vrindavan, he will attack Krishna and Balaram, and he will try to kill them. Right? Now, ekdam focused. Unko jaake marenge. Then after that, he decides that I will do a big sacrifice. I will perform a big sacrifice. I will worship Shri Kal Bhairav. Kal Bhairav is an expansion of Lord Shiva, right? So I will worship Kal Bhairav and I will perform a great sacrifice and take his blessings. And with his blessings, then I will kill Krishna. So a second pronged strategy. तीसरा, he tells Akrura, आप जाके कृष्णा और बलराम को इधर, you bring them to Mathura. They are in Vrindavan. Mataji. So he says that you bring them to, Vrindavan. Sorry, bring them to Mathura. Then he says, as soon as they enter into Mathura, okay, as they are entering at the gate itself, वहाँ पे we have got this elephant called Kuvalayapida. So Kuvalayapida is a very powerful elephant. He's equivalent to hundreds of elephants. He's so powerful. And Kamsa owns that elephant. So he says that elephant, unko bhejenge, and as soon as they're entering the gate, we will kill him there. One more strategy. ऐसा मारेंगे उसको. फिर बोलते ये भी नहीं हुआ. Then what we will do is, the whole pretext of inviting Krishna and Balaram is, we are going to have a big, akhada, a big wrestling match over here. And big festivities, बड़ा एक, जैसा क्या बोलते हैं उसको, मेला जैसा लगने वाला है. So उस मेले में उनको भी बुलाओ, call all the cowherd men, let them all come, So and in that, the wrestlers that are there, they will kill my wrestlers. Chanura, Mushtika, मेरे पास बहुत powerful वाले wrestlers हैं. They will kill Krishna and Balaram. So this is his plan. So उसने सब सोच के रखा है कि ये करेंगे, ये हुआ तो वो हुआ तो ये हुआ, इसके बाद फिर ये बैकअप प्लान ए, बैकअप प्लान बी, उसके पास सब प्लानिंग करके रखा है उसने कि how he will kill Krishna and Balaram, right? And then he plans forward also. He says, after killing Krishna and Balaram, next thing I will do, I will kill Nanda Maharaj. उनको भी बुलाओ, उनको भी लेके आओ. I will kill Nanda Maharaj. I will kill Vasudeva. Then I will kill my, grandfather Ugrasen. Grandfather or father? Father. I will kill my father Ugrasen also. and my brother Devaka also. मेरा brother है, उसको मतलब मेरा कोई opposition नहीं रहेगा, सबको मार दूंगा, I'll kill everybody. Then he starts thinking forward, और आगे सोचने लगता है, he thinks that, see, Jarasandh, he is my father-in-law. Jarasandh is my father-in-law. Then I have supporters like Dvivida, Shambara, Narakasura, Banasura. इतने सारे लोग हैं मेरे पास support करने के लिए. With the support of all these people, then I will become the conqueror of the earth, right? So it's very interesting how, man proposes, right? People come up with so many plans. लोगों के mind में कितने plans रहते हैं. हम लोग भी अपने life में plan करते हैं ना कि मैं ये करूंगा, फिर वो करूंगा, then I will become this promotion I will get, then I will get this much increment, then after that I will, I will buy a bigger house, or I will go into a bigger house in HPCL colony. I'll get grade this, grade that, bigger house, or BPCL, wherever, right? Wherever you're working, you will get a bigger flat, and then after that, my children will go to the US to study. Then they will do further studies. They will get a job in Apple. They'll do this. So many plans we have. We are all planning, and when we make plans, once one of the devotees had commented that when we make plans, Krishna has a nice laugh. Supreme Lord is laughing, and even destiny is laughing, and Mother Nature is also laughing. Everyone is laughing at our plans, because our plans is what? It is our expression of what we want to do. It is our desire. We are trying to express our desire कि हमको ऐसे करना है. This is what we want to do in life. But then if destiny has something else in store for us, what is in store for us? Based on our karma, based on our desires of our previous lives, we are destined to suffer or enjoy in a particular way in this lifetime, right? And if we think that we can, somehow override that, मैं बहुत काम करूंगा, मैं बहुत मेहनत करूंगा, I will work very hard, I'll do this, I'll do that. If you have to look at a, average worker, not average, above average worker in any company, कोई भी कंपनी में अगर हम लोग कोई अबव एवरेज वर्कर ले लें, एंड वो अबव एवरेज वर्कर के साथ हम लोग उसको बोले कि भाई तू बहुत मेहनत कर, तेरे में एमडी बनने का पोटेंशियल है, होता है ना, प्रभु जी वुड नो, राइट? लाइक हाई पोटेंशियल एम्प्लॉइज को the company, HR approaches them and tells them you're a hypo, HIPO, hypo, SAP we used to call it a hypo, high potential person. मतलब आप में ना बहुत ऊपर जाने की क्षमता है, you can do it. But unfortunately, they are not the only hypo. There are others, right? There are 10 other people who are told the same thing. You are also hypo. You are also hypo. You are तो hypo only. सबको बोलते हैं. And what happens as a result? Immediately competition starts. Everyone starts competing very hard. Everyone is planning कि मैं MD बनूंगा. Maybe all are GM or senior GM level, right? And the next level is maybe ED, and ED के बाद they will become MD, right? But how many are going to become MD? All 10? Not a chance. Out of them, one person is going to make it. जो किसी के सर पे पांव रख के ऊपर जाने वाला जो व्यक्ति है वही जाएगा, बाकी नहीं जाएंगे. Remainder will report to that person. The other hypos will all report to that one hypo. That's how it works. So we make plans, but understand material world, everything doesn't go as per plan, and that is what happens with Kamsa. We will see. So Kamsa makes a foolproof plan कि मैं ऐसे ऐसे करने वाला हूँ. This is all I'm going to do to defeat, to kill Krishna and Balaram, and then after that to Hare Krishna. So those who join, please try to join on mute. Ishwar Prabhu, I am making you co-host so that if somebody is joining unmuted, you can mute them. Okay?
Okay, Prabhu. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So yeah, so he makes all these plans that I will kill, Krishna Balaram, then I will, become the conqueror of the earth, and so many things he makes a plan. Then he tells Akrura, now you go and you get Krishna and Balaram. So now it's interesting to note what, see, that's why I said there's a big build up, there are many chapters, 3 or 4 chapters about the emotions that Akrura is going through when he is given this service, right? Now, what is the service he's been given? तुम जाओ और कृष्ण बलराम को यहाँ लेके आओ, मैं I will kill them, I will kill their parents, I will kill both sides, foster parents, real parents, सबको मार दूंगा मैं. So it's not the most pleasant service that he has been given. It's very unpleasant service, right? जाके सबको बुलाओ, सबको मार देंगे. This is the service is being. But Akrura has so much faith. He knows that Krishna and Balaram are the supreme personality of Godhead. He is fully convinced that these personalities, if they come here, उनको तो कुछ होने से रहा. Kamsa is definitely going to die. He is very sure कि nothing will happen to Krishna Balaram. He is 100% sure that Kamsa का काल आ गया, उसका टाइम आ गया. विनाश काले विपरीत बुद्धि. Right? Thanks to Ramayana, everyone knows this dialogue. Right? विनाश काले विपरीत बुद्धि. He knows that ये तो मरने ही वाला है, इसका तो कोई चांस ही नहीं है. And Krishna Balaram का एक बाल बांका नहीं होने वाला, कुछ नहीं होगा. So what is he thinking? This is very interesting. What is what is Akrura's thoughts in this? Because any other person who doesn't have faith that who is Krishna, who is Balaram, he is given this task, he will start worrying. Especially if he has a little bit of vatsalya bhav towards Krishna, and he doesn't have vatsalya bhav. Akrura doesn't have vatsalya bhav. He has more of awe and reverence towards Krishna. That is his mood. So therefore, because awe and reverence, he knows he is Supreme Lord. So इनको तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला. So now what is he thinking? He is ecstatic that इसी बहाने at least मुझे कृष्ण बलराम का दर्शन तो मिले. At least I will get to see these two great personalities, which I don't think I would have ever had the opportunity to meet. यहाँ मथुरा में बैठ के सड़ रहा हूँ in court of this Akrura. In the court of this, sorry, I'm confusing a lot today. Akrura, Uddhava, Kamsa, Krishna, सब mix up हो रहा है. Sorry. So Akrura is thinking कि मथुरा में बैठ के सड़ रहा हूँ in the court of Kamsa. What I am doing over here, here is an opportunity for me to go and meet with Krishna Balaram. So there is one full chapter. There is one full chapter about the thoughts that Akrura is going through as he is imagining that when I meet Krishna, what will happen. So this is like, बोलते हैं ना ख्याली पुलाव. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में ख्याली पुलाव. वह तुम पहले से सोच रहे हो कि मैं क्या करूंगा. Like Kamsa is doing ख्याली पुलाव. Kamsa ने भी ख्याली पुलाव बनाया कि मैं ये ऐसा करूंगा, इनको मारूंगा, उसको मारूंगा, फिर इनके हेल्प और सपोर्ट से I'll become king of the earth. He is thinking ख्याली पुलाव वो भी बना रहे. यहाँ पे Akrura is making his own ख्याली पुलाव, and it is a very Krishna conscious ख्याली पुलाव, right? प्रभु सिंह आज प्रसाद में पुलाव है. Okay. Yes, but unfortunately जब actually chanting करने बैठते अपना और कुछ हो जाता है, पुलाव जल जाता है. Anyway, so he's thinking, okay, so now just see, I've just taken two, even out of the long chapter, I've taken only 2 paragraphs, but see the consciousness of this person, right? It's very important for us to understand. We also, when we are going to the temple, हम लोग अगर मंदिर जा रहे हैं, दर्शन के लिए जा रहे हैं, we should think like this, that how I will do, क्या करूंगा मैं, कैसे भगवान के सामने मैं कैसे I will go and stand in front of the Lord, how I will take darshan. First I will look at Nitai Gaurchandra, I will see their lotus feet, then I will slowly go up to their navel, then I will see their lotus face, I will look at all the abhushan that they have put, I will look at all the beautiful decoration that is done on their turban, their garland, I will see उनको क्या jewelry डाला है, सब मैं अच्छे से देख. So ऐसा planning करके जाएंगे ना, then you end up doing those things also. Otherwise क्या होता है, you just go up, हो गया scan, next, scan हो गया, next. This is how we end up doing. But like Akrura, see, so Akrura is saying, he says, I am so fortunate that I will be able to see those very lotus feet on this day. Okay, so he's first in his mind, I have taken a paragraph. So before this, he is glorifying the lotus feet of Krishna in his mind, saying this lotus feet of Krishna are so wonderful. ये वो बहुत कुछ glorification के बाद वो कह रहे कि I am so fortunate that आज के दिन, when this is all while he is going, मतलब when he is going, he is left from Mathura for Vrindavan. सुबह निकले शाम तक पहुंच जाएंगे. He is going by rath, it's a long journey, so he is going. while he is going, he is meditating ki, वो there was a गाना ना, आज उनसे पहली मुलाकात होगी, फिर होगा क्या क्या पता क्या खबर, like he's also, आज उनसे पहली मुलाकात होगी, I'll be meeting Krishna for first time. I think if I'll see his lotus feet, and he's wondering, I am so fortunate that आज मेरे को उनके चरण देखने को मिलेंगे. Then he says, and certainly I shall be able to see the beautiful face of Krishna. Okay, so now, for someone who has only heard about the beauty of Krishna, that's all of us, right? All of us have only heard about the beauty of Krishna. We have seen beauty of Krishna in form of Radha Gopinath. If you have come to the temple, you have taken darshan of Radha Gopinath are not different from Radha and Krishna. They are Radha and Krishna standing there. But हम लोग कैसे देखते हैं? अपने material eyes, charma chakshus. We see from our material eyes. We don't have spiritual vision. Therefore, even though we see the Lord standing in front of us in his Tribhanga, form, in his threefold bending form, we see Gopinath there, but we don't see. Pashyan api na pashyati. We see, but we don't see. That is our unfortunate situation, right? So now, for someone who has, suppose you had only heard, both आपको जैसे anyone of you who has not ever been to Radha Gopinath temple? Anyone? Yes. So Sai Prabhu has not been to Radha Gopinath temple, right? Sorry to, right? You have not been there. Doesn't matter. That's fine. You can go someday, right? But अभी अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि गोपीनाथ जी का चेहरा is so beautiful. His eyes, when you look at his eyes and you see his eyes looking into your eyes, right? Something within you will stir. Then you will see his threefold bending form. You will see his bare chest. When you see his bare chest, it is the most attractive sight in the world. Then you will see his lips. His lips have a slight smile, Smita, Smita Krishna. He has a slight smile on his lip, and he is carrying a flute in his hand. Then you can see his lotus feet. On his lotus feet, there is a tulsi leaf. There's a tulsi leaf on his lotus feet. And there are beautiful, bracelets on his arms and his feet. And he's wearing a beautiful turban. वो टर्बन के ऊपर सुंदर चाफा के फ्लावर्स सजाए गए हैं. And there are 3 cherries hanging from his turban. अब ये सब डिस्क्रिप्शन सुन के कहीं तो आपके मन में कुछ तो एक डिजायर आना चाहिए कि भाई मुझे भी जाके देखना चाहिए. एक बार इतना बोल रहे, कुछ तो होगा ना भाई. I should go and see. Right? You get a desire. And if now you hear the same kind of description from 10 other people, 10 लोग आके बोले, अरे गोपीनाथ is so beautiful, you cannot even imagine. जाना ही चाहिए, तुरंत जाओ, क्या कर रहे हो? अभी यहाँ बैठे हो, जाओ, अभी जाओ. Right? And 10 लोग से सुनोगे तो क्या होगा? मन में इच्छा, that desire will come. Waste है, I have to go now. अभी जाना, right? So Akrura also probably has heard the description of Lord Krishna's beauty from so many people for so many years. So Mathura and Vrindavan are not very far from each other. बहुत लंबे नहीं है, मतलब अभी अगर जाएंगे बस में जाएंगे तो 1 घंटे में पहुंच जाते. Maybe in those days it was couple of hours, right? But important thing for us to note is that the information about Krishna's pastimes was constantly coming. जैसे कि अभी कोई great celebrity हो, एक किसी गांव में कोई एक बड़ा आदमी बन रहा है, he's coming up, कुछ कर रहा है जिसकी वजह से he or she is becoming famous. Automatically उसका न्यूज़ यहाँ वहाँ फैलता ही है. It फैलता है. Even in days when there was no internet, there was no न्यूज़पेपर, कुछ भी नहीं था, तभी भी गांव में नॉलेज फैलता था. तो ऐसे ही मस्ट हैव हर्ड. इवन रुक्मिणी वाज वेयर? एनीवन नोस वेयर वाज रुक्मिणी? शी वाज विदर. वेयर इज दैट? महाराष्ट्र. विदर्भा इज इन महाराष्ट्र एंड मथुरा इज वेयर? उत्तर प्रदेश. मतलब कम से कम 700 किलोमीटर का डिस्टेंस है, लेकिन वहां से खबर विदर्भ में कंटिन्यूसली आ रहा है, where she is being informed about the childhood pastimes of Krishna, about his growing up pastimes, about his Leela of holding Govardhan. So the Brahmanas are discussing with each other. They are sharing this information. They are discussing Bhagavad Katha. And that Katha is going fire and wide. And Rukmini is hearing it in Vidarbha. And by hearing these pastimes of Krishna, her attraction for Krishna is increasing moment by moment. Where उसको मन में ये विचार आ रहा है कि मुझे इसी व्यक्ति से I want to marry this person. I don't want to marry anyone else. Rukmini is very clear about it. उसको और किसी से शादी नहीं करना. I want to marry only Krishna. So the moment it is announced that she's going to be married to Shishupal. As soon as it is announced that she's going to be Rukmini, her brother, announces that I'll marry my sister Rukmini to Shishupal. Immediately she becomes very agitated. No, Baba, I can't. I cannot marry this person. So she writes a letter to Krishna that you please come and take me. अभी ना जान ना पहचान, बोला ना जान ना पहचान तू मेरा मेहमान. ये literally ऐसा ही है. जान ना पहचान. Rukmini has never met Krishna. Krishna has never met Rukmini, but still she knows him intimately. She has fallen in love with him so much that she cannot even tolerate the thought of getting married to anybody else. Why? Simply by hearing. So this is the power of hearing Krishna Katha. We may know it, we may not know it. We may accept it, we may not accept it. But Krishna Katha is so powerful. If we just hear it, it has to touch our heart. So like this, he is saying, certainly I shall be able to see the beautiful face of Krishna. And then he describes, which is marked on the forehead and the nose with tilak. Right? So he says, now one more description for you. Krishna ke lalat pe yahan pe ek lamba sa tilak, sundar sa, right? So he's saying that I will be able to see the beautiful face of his. And then he says, I shall also see his smile and his curling black hair. So now see how description is being given by Akrura, where he is, he's meditating कि मैंने सुना तो है कि इनके बाल जो है बड़े सुंदर है. Krishna's hair is very beautiful. It is described his hair is the color of a crow. So this is the only time when a crow is used to compare with Krishna. Because crow is not seen as a low class bird. कोई कौवा as beautiful as crow कोई नहीं बोलता. People say as beautiful as peacock, right? But the crow also is beautiful. Why? Because the color of the crow, which is pitch black, ये black से भी ज़्यादा black है उसका बाल. हाँ? Jet black. Jet black जो color है कौवे का, वो color है कृष्णा के बाल. And that's why Krishna's hair looks very beautiful. And it is curling hair, curling black hair. So एक होता है कि straight hair होता है. जैसे हम most of us have very straight hair. What little is remaining वो straight hair है. But if someone has curling hair, that is seen as very attractive, and long curling hair, sometimes falling over his. Very rarely, but sometimes गोपीनाथ का जो रात का वेश होता है ना, जो शयन दर्शन के टाइम, sometimes his hair comes over his forehead. Very rare. मतलब हमेशा नहीं होता है. शायद कभी गलती से होता होगा या शायद जानबूझ के होता होगा. But rarely his hair comes over his forehead. And that further expands the beauty of Gopinath. Right? So ऐसा है. So he's saying, I'll also see his smile and curling black hair. And then he goes on a different mode. Okay. तो एक तो सोच रहे हैं कि मैं उनको देखूंगा, उनके चरण देखूंगा, उनका चेहरा देखूंगा, उनके बाल देखूंगा, उनके आंख देखूंगा. I'll see his beautiful smile. Krishna's smile is so pleasing. In in the very next one we're talking about Gopis. What Gopis think when Krishna is leaving, right? Actually, this is the most important part of today's discussion, because killing of Kamsa is no time pass hai. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. So even if you don't finish it, it's all right. This is the most important discussion. So Krishna's smile is so beautiful, right? See, anyone who is attractive, anyone in this material world, right? Anyone who is handsome, anyone who is beautiful, if they smile, automatically it looks more attractive. That's just the way the face is made. That koi jara sa, even an unattractive person, if they smile and they have a nice smile, What is a nice smile? Nice smile is not that you have nice teeth. No. What is a nice smile in your opinion? Let me ask. Let me ask all the experts who are in this room. Even the online people can answer. What is a nice smile? अच्छे स्माइल की परिभाषा क्या है? Enhances the beauty of the face. Okay. Yes, Prabhu, you're saying something. You're a poet, so you'll be able to give a nice description.
It gives pleasant feeling.
So Sahai Prabhu is saying that when someone smiles and that smile is coming from the heart, it's a reflection of what is in their heart. Okay, someone just said something on the online. Who said?
It gives pleasant feeling.
It gives a pleasant feeling. कि वो smile देख के, it's not like sometimes when I tell my daughter, right? I tell my daughter that हम लोग program में जाने वाले हैं, तू नहीं आने वाली है ना? So she like she gives me that smile. Very artificial. तो पता है, it's not giving pleasure, right? वो देख के irritation होता है कि plastic smile, right? So yes, Mathura.
Opposite people should be happy about our smile.
Opposite people, but how? That's the question. That what are the characteristic of a smile that opposite person feels happy?
Smile reaches the eye, Prabhuji.
Smile reaches the eye. Who said that?
Sudha.
Oh, Sudha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam, Prabhuji.
The smile reaches the eye, right? This is a big thing. It's an important thing. Right? See, like a lot of people just give smile. Like when you meet somebody whom you are not very close to, right? You smile at them, Hare Krishna. So this is like a Hare Krishna, right? But if you really love somebody, it comes, aankhon mein wo ek chamak aa jata hai. Eyes start shining. Now think about Krishna, right? The most beautiful person in the entire universe. सारे creation में उनके जैसा कोई सुंदर नहीं, श्याम सुंदर, and when he smiles, that slight smile, he has different types of smiles. उसमें भी, like he's got different types of flutes. We had discussed Venu Madhuri, if you remember. But he has different types of smiles also. So when he smiles, sometimes he just smiles, Smita smile, which is just, that is what the smile of Gopinath is. Slight smile, thoda sa, he's just looking at you and a slight smile. Sometimes he smiles with his, his little bit front teeth available, upar ka, little front teeth available, visible. Sometimes he smiles with his entire upper teeth available. Sometimes he smiles with all his teeth fully visible, battisi, pura battisi. Now, what is the impact of that smile on the devotees? That is
Prabhuji,
the
I think the volume went off.
The volume went off. Can you hear me? Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay, sorry. So, what is the impact of that smile on the devotees? What is the impact, right? Because devotees are doing what? हम लोग को क्या सिखा, क्या training दिया गया है कि what is that? सवय पुंसाम परो धर्मो यतो भक्तिर अधोक्षजे अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता यह आत्मा नहीं यह आत्मा सुप्रसिद्ध, right? So this is what we have been given training कि what is the greatest dharma? Greatest dharma is ahaituki apratihata seva to Krishna. Ahaituki means what? कोई हेतु नहीं. There is no objective, there is no goal. No volume. Can you hear me now, Prabhu?
Yeah,
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened. Some setting changed. Where were we? The smile of Krishna from Asam Lokha. Ahetuki apratihata. So we are trained that we have to worship Krishna with no hetu. कोई अपना उसमें ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं होना चाहिए. ये भगवान मैं आपकी सेवा कर रहा हूँ तो मेरे को प्रमोशन होना है. ये साल नहीं, चलो कोई बात नहीं, मैं नेक्स्ट ईयर तक भी वेट कर लूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. नेक्स्ट ईयर इज ऑल राइट, बट प्रमोशन तो होना है. हम लोग ऐसा नहीं सोचते. We don't approach Krishna with any material desires in our heart. Ahaituki, no hetu. बिना हेतु प्रयास कर रहे हैं. Due to which the camera keeps switching off. I'm sorry. I hope you are able to hear me at least. So we have no hetu, and then it is apratihata. Apratihata means what? No interruption, consistent. मतलब बिना किसी रुकावट, ऐसा नहीं कि रुकावट के लिए खेद है. Continuously we are trying to serve Krishna. We are trying to serve Krishna without any motivation and without any interruption. And then at the end of it, what are you going to get? We don't know. We don't know, right? So if Krishna at the end of all this, imagine at the end of your life, you have been worshipping Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You have been sincerely chanting the holy names. कैसे भी घिस मार के कभी कभी तबीयत खराब रहता है, कभी कभी बहुत सारे सेवाएं रहते हैं, जॉब रहता है, घर के रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज रहते हैं, हेल्थ का इश्यूज रहता है, वेल्थ का इश्यूज रहता है, दुनिया भर का इश्यूज है. उसके बीचों बीच फाइट मार के हम लोग अपना सेवा भक्ति सब करते हैं, राइट? एंड यू आर नॉट गेटिंग एनी टेंजिबल रेसिप्रोकेशन फ्रॉम कृष्णा. इट कैन हैपन, राइट? इफ यू आर रियली चैंटिंग नाइसली विदाउट ऑफेंसेस, if we are really taking shelter of holy name, we are really taking shelter of Bhagavatam, Krishna reciprocates. We can feel it. We can feel it. Have full confidence. ये होगा. But problem किसमें है? Problem is not in holy name. Problem is not in the process. Problem is us. हम में दिक्कत है. हम में कुछ कमी है. That we are not fully surrendering to Krishna. We are holding back. हम लोग कुछ तो पकड़ के बैठे हैं, छोड़ने को तैयार नहीं है. Therefore we are not getting the full taste of Krishna consciousness. But if we, with full faith and with full enthusiasm, with no offenses, if we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If we chant like that, Krishna does reciprocate. But still, हमें भगवान का साक्षात दर्शन तो नहीं मिलने वाला है. खाली दर्शन मंदिर में जाके आपको मिलेगा बस. Direct Krishna coming and standing in front of you will not get. But if we are sincere till the end of our life, at the end of life, हमें यमराज के दर्शन नहीं हो. Those who are devotees will not get darshan of Yamadutas, or special souls get darshan of Yamraj directly. Right? But no, if you are a devotee of the Supreme Lord, there are so many stories in Srimad Bhagavatam which illustrate this point, that if we are sincere devotees, हमें कभी यमदूता या यमराज का चेहरा नहीं देखना पड़ेगा. Who will come to get us then? The Supreme Lord. If we are fortunate, Krishna will himself come in front of us and he will smile at us. हो गया, चलो. I'm very happy with you. Come. That smile is what every devotee का बोलते ना, payback, return on investment. जो फाइनेंस वाले समझ जाएंगे, रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट. व्हाट इज द इन्वेस्टमेंट यू मेड? अहेतुकी अप्रतिहता लाइफ लॉन्ग. बहुत फाइट मारा है आपने, बट आपको ऐसा टेंजिबली जिंदा होते समय इतना कुछ रेसिप्रोकेशन नहीं मिला. बट इमेजिन एट द एंड ऑफ योर लाइफ द सुप्रीम लॉर्ड कम्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू एंड स्माइल्स एट यू. वंडरफुल. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी. Come back to what it is, right? What a wonderful benediction, right? So this smile, this wonderful smile, is what our Akrura is trying to meditate कि हाँ ये मुझे देखने को मिलेगा, right? So like that. So Akrura, he goes like this, सोचते he is going. He says, even though I am on a sinful mission. Now see, now he is expressing, first he has expressed that मैं इनको देखूंगा. Then he says मैं देख के क्या करूंगा, वो भी आगे भी बोल रहे हैं. He is पहले से ही वो प्लान बना रहे कि मैं ये करूंगा सोच के, right? He is saying, even though I am on a sinful mission, मुझे मालूम है, I am on a sinful mission. I have been sent by this cruel, horrible Kamsa to get Krishna and Balaram back so that they can be killed. Sinful mission is sinful. मुझे पता है. But he has full confidence कि ना कृष्ण बलराम को कुछ होगा, ना नंद महाराज, ना वसु, किसी को कुछ नहीं होगा. भगवान कहते हुए कुछ नहीं होगा. राके कृष्ण मारे कृष्ण राके. Full confidence, right? So I have a sinful mission. But when I approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, I shall stand before him with all humility and folded hands. कि मैं मतलब वो समझ जाएंगे कि मेरे मन में कोई खोट नहीं है. हाँ, मैं समटाइम बोलते हैं ना, डोंट किल द मैसेंजर. जो दूत शांति दूत आया है उसे मत मारो. You understand the message and move on. So he knows that this is Supreme Lord. He knows I'm bringing a horrible message. But he'll know that मेरे मन में ऐसा कोई खोट. I'll stand before with all humility and folded hands. Surely he will be pleased with my devotional attitude. And maybe, he's saying, maybe he will smile lovingly and look upon me and thereby free me from all kinds of sinful reactions. They're saying just the smile of Krishna, if we just meditate on the smile of Krishna, Krishna looks at us and smiles, all sinful reactions are gone, finished, sab khatam, right? If the holy name smiles upon us also, all sinful reactions khatam. Therefore, we should sincerely, very attentively, very lovingly, and with great faith, we should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Kali Kale Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar. Krishna has incarnated in this Kali Yuga in the form of his holy name. Have that faith and take shelter. So he says, free me from all sinful reactions. I shall then be on the platform of transcendental bliss and knowledge. So he's saying, just by seeing Krishna's smiling face, I will experience. He's already saying that sinful reaction chala gaya, matlab liberation, eternal life. So sat aa gaya. Then he's saying, I will be on platform of transcendental bliss and knowledge, matlab chit aur ananda bhi aa gaya. Saying just by seeing Krishna's smiling face, Sat Chit Ananda, I will be completely liberated and be, yay. Then he says, since Krishna knows my heart, certainly when I approach him, he will embrace me. So देखो आगे आगे जा रहे हैं. He's thinking that I will see his face, I will see his feet, I'll stand before him with my hands folded. So he will not misunderstand me. He will understand कि मेरे मन में कोई खोट नहीं. I am his devotee. दो मैं कुछ मैसेज लेके आ रहा हूँ कि Kamsa wants to see you, and I will tell him definitely that Kamsa wants to kill you, therefore he is calling you, right? I am his devotee, so I have to tell him. मैं तो बताऊंगा, but फिर भी वो मेरे मन का खोट नहीं देखेंगे. He will not see कि मेरे मन में खोट है. He will surely embrace me. He says, and then he is trying to justify in his mind why he will embrace me. He says, not only am I a member of the Yadu dynasty, but I am his relative. And I'm also unalloyed pure devotee. मेरे मन में कोई खोट नहीं. I am his devotee. I'm sure he will recognize that. So a devotee is always hopeful, hoping against hope. Sometimes our situation looks very helpless, very hopeless. हम लोग भक्ति में भाग लेके भी हमें कभी-कभी मन में शंका आ जाती है, become doubtful. कि क्या ये कुछ भक्ति अपने पे कुछ काम नहीं कर रही है. My chanting is going from bad to worse. I have no taste for holy name. I have no taste for reading Shrimad Bhagavatam, for hearing Hari Katha. मेरे पास कोई रुचि नहीं है सब चीज के लिए. So we may become disheartened. But here he is saying that we have to be always hopeful. We should never feel कि अरे this process will not work. हमारे पे शायद दूसरों पे होता होगा, मेरे पे नहीं चले. मैं कुछ स्पेशल केस हूँ. आप कोई स्पेशल केस नहीं. Nobody is a special case. So special that the process of bhakti will not work on us. Once, Prabhupada, one of his disciples came up to Prabhupada and told him, Prabhupada, I am the most fallen. I am the most sinful. I am the most, aisa kuch to, he was saying. Why he was saying? So Prabhupada, see, sadhus, they have the expertise of knowing ki kisi ke man mein kya hai. वो तुरंत पकड़ लेते. They know the intention with which you are saying. So Prabhupada knows that this person is coming basically to show off how humble he is. That I am so fallen, I am so sinful. बोलेंगे तो Prabhupada will think that he's so humble. कितना humble. Prabhupada told him, you're not the most anything. He was saying, I'm the most humble, I'm the most fallen, I'm the most sinful. You're the most nothing. You're the most nothing. मतलब कोई भी चीज में आप most नहीं. Right? So don't even feel that you're most fallen. You're there, right? You're like that. So we have to understand that there is nothing that we can do that is bad enough or sinful enough that we can't beg for the mercy of the Lord and receive it also. So the Lord is infinitely merciful. He is always waiting to give us His mercy. We should have that faith. And if we have that faith, we will take full shelter of the process of Krishna consciousness. So he's saying, by His merciful embrace, surely my body, heart, and soul will be completely cleansed of the actions and reactions of my past life. When our bodies touch, I will immediately stand up with folded hands and with all humility. And he goes on like this. He goes on, right? He's describing what he will do. So finally he goes. So just to, there's a long description given, 2-3 chapters after he meets Krishna and Balaram. He sings beautiful prayers. So many things are there, which I'm not going into details. He goes, he meets. So when he goes, he reaches in the evening. He reaches in the evening. शाम को पहुंचते हैं. तो शाम के समय जब वहां पहुंचते हैं, वो देखते हैं that Krishna and Balaram, उनका गोचरण का हो गया है. They have come back from the forest. They have come back from the forest. So when they come back from the forest, we have discussed earlier, they are covered with what? Godhuli. The dust that arises from the hoof of the cows. वो गोधूली से श्याम सुंदर कृष्णा, he's already dark like a monsoon cloud, supremely beautiful. And then उस beautiful चेहरे के ऊपर गोधूली, कभी कभी eyelashes पे dust आ जाता है. When someone is covered with dust, जैसे cement workers दिखा रहेगा, उनके eyelashes पे भी dust है. They don't look so beautiful. But when Krishna does it, he looks very beautiful. He's covered with dust. His whole body is covered with dust, and he's looking very beautiful, right? So like this, like this, he's thinking, and he sees Krishna. They have come back. After coming back, they have taken bath. So now there's no godhuli, right? They have taken bath. They're wearing fresh clothes. They're wearing a beautiful garland and ornaments, and their mother has decorated their face with chandan. So they're very fragrant also. So he's seeing this, and moment he sees, he falls like a stick on the ground. Dandavat. Danda means stick. Dandavat means if a stick falls, it doesn't fall like this. It just falls like this. Dandavat. So when we say to somebody Dandavat Pranam, you don't understand what it means. It means Dandavat. आपको देखते मेरे को और एक पल का भी delay नहीं करना है. See, what is the meaning of paying obeisances to somebody? क्या मतलब है इसका? That I am giving up my ego, I am giving up my position, I am giving up who I think I am, how great I think I am, and I am accepting you are my Lord and Master, full Dandavat Pranam, full Ashtang Pranam, Ashtanga, all 8 parts of the body fully in touch with the floor, Ashtang Pranam, right? So if you are doing that kind of pranam, what are we telling the person? We're telling that I am fully surrendering to you. Now if you are fully surrendering, तो उसमें देर कैसी? You're fully surrendering. Why first come on the knees, then slowly, panchang pranam, like when we do vanchakalpatarubhasya, we do panchang pranam. 5 parts of our body are in touch with the floor. But dandavat means full danda. So danda aisa girta hai, khatak. We straight fall on the floor and pay obeisances. That is what is Dandavat Pranam. That मेरे को एक पल का भी विलंब नहीं लाना है आपको, obeisances pay करने में, like that, right? So he pays Dandavat Pranam to Krishna and so on. And then he tells him the whole story. He tells him the whole plan. कि Kamsa का ये plan है, वो आपको ऐसे मारना चाहता है, फिर उसके बाद नंद महाराज को, फिर वसुदेव को, ऐसा. This is his plan. So Krishna and Balaram have a hearty laugh. Have a nice laugh. मजा करते हैं. अरे very good यार, अच्छा plan बनाया है. अच्छी बात, very good. So then they decide to immediately, and then they inform Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherd boys that चलो कल ही निकलते हैं, इनका ये अभी festival है बड़ा wrestling arena वगैरह का, कल ही निकलते हैं, let's leave tomorrow. Day after tomorrow is the festival, so कल ही निकलते हैं. So next morning, immediately all the cowherd men, Nanda Maharaj and the cowherd men and the cowherd boys, they all come together and they start loading their carts, their bullock carts, कि 1-2 दिन के लिए जा रहे हैं सब, and they load with all milk and milk products. For whom? for Kamsa. Kamsa को गिफ्ट देने के लिए अभी जा रहे मथुरा, जैसे कि कोई गांव से अगर मंत्रालय जाता है तो कुछ खाली हाथ नहीं जाता ना, कुछ लेके जाता है ऐसा टेबल के नीचे से पास करने के लिए. So you know, same way they are also carrying various things to give to the king. You know, they are going to meet the king. King has invited us, so definitely we should carry something. So they are carrying. Now the interesting part is that when he is leaving, when Krishna gets on to that, the fact that Akrura has come, now this fact that Akrura, it can come ahead, blocking the door. So the fact that Akrura has come and he is going to take Krishna and go to Mathura, this is already spread in the Vrindavan. Vrindavan में बात already फैल चुकी है. We have discussed earlier, every day Krishna in the morning, they already know this, that सुबह वो सज धज के calves या cows को लेके forest में जाने वाले. All the gopis already know this. But every day उनके लिए it is a great anxiety कि चले जाएंगे. We won't get his darshan for next few hours. क्या होगा? How will we sustain our lives? There's so much love for Krishna that they feel I cannot even sustain my life if I can't take darshan of him. Until he comes back in the evening from the forest, how are they sustaining their life? Simply by singing his glories. They are constantly doing Hari Katha, Krishna Katha, talking about his pastimes, and in recounting those pastimes, in chanting those glories, they are able to experience his presence. They can feel his presence simply by chanting those pastimes, right? This is the love that the gopis have. Now, so just that, आप सोचो ना, 10 to 5 kind of job, right? He's must be leaving at around 9:30, 10 in the morning, and he comes back by 5:30 in the evening. Before sunset, he's back. 7-8 घंटे की बात है. उनके लिए those 8 hours is like ऐसा युगायतम निमिषेण. It is like one full yuga has gone. पूरा कलयुग निकल गया, पूरा द्वापर युग खत्म हो गया. इतना उनको वो separation, because the attachment is so much, right? It is said, now if you really love somebody, one moment away from them is too long. And if you really hate somebody, you spend even half a minute with them. You know, you're just sitting next to that person. कोई बातचीत भी नहीं हो रहा है, but वो आधा मिनट भी आपको 1 घंटा लगता है कि नहीं? यार ये क्यों नहीं उठ के जा रहा है यहाँ से? मैं क्या बना के उठ के चला जाऊं? Right? So we are thinking like that. So now the gopis have such intense feelings of separation just by the prospect that now Krishna is going to go to Mathura. And for how long he's going? What has been decided? कि कल सुबह निकलेंगे. फेस्टिवल कभी है? परसों. परसों पूरा दिन फेस्टिवल होएगा. मतलब परसों आएंगे. अगर आएंगे तो 3 दिन बाद 8 घंटा सहाने जाते हैं. 3 दिन हम तो मर ही जाएंगे, right? That is the kind of pain of separation. See, we might have heard about, you know, in our scriptures or our hearing of scriptures, we might have heard about love of God. Mostly it is about कि भगवान मैं आ रहा हूं आपके चौखट पर, मैंने ये नारियल और एक थाली आपके लिए रखा है, उसके बदले में please give me good wife, give me good job, give me good promotion, good increment, good children, अच्छे बच्चे हो जो मेरी बात भी सुने. You know, you are asking for things from the Lord all the time, right? This is what most materialistic people do. But here, if you see, this is their consciousness is like this. You know, they are thinking कि ये Krishna अभी इनके साथ, they have no expectation from Krishna. They have so much love for him that just the feeling that he is going to go away for 2-3 days is such an intense feeling of separation. That separation you have not heard anywhere. हमने कहीं सुना है? We hear at the most that there is love for God. At the most, मतलब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा God means he is an order supplier. Higher than that is that okay, I have to worship him, but you know, ठीक है, मैं कुछ expect नहीं कर रहा हूँ. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. Karma yogi. I will perform my duty, but I will not be attached to the fruits. Little higher. But then if we come to that understanding that I want to love God, I want to develop love for God because He is my eternal Father. He is my Master. He is like my friend. He is like my son. He is like my lover. Higher and higher levels of understanding, right? But in these levels, as you go into the higher levels of understanding of God and relationship with that God, the feeling of love becomes so intense and so gadha that even the prospect that I will be separated from this person starts becoming painful. If you love someone, like if you love your mother, you love your father, and now it becomes very clear they're going to leave in the next few days. What is that few days feeling like? It's too much. She's there with you right now, but the thought that she's going to go is very painful, right? Even in our material lives, we experience this. So here the Gopis, imagine what kind of deep love they have for Krishna. They are the greatest lovers of Krishna. They have sacrificed their whole life for him. Now they are thinking he will go, right? Their feelings of separation are so intense. They are near to death. They are about to leave their bodies. उनको लगता है कि अभी तो हम मर ही जाएं. And then in their feeling of separation, this feeling of separation is called, what do we call it? Vipralambha. Vipralambha bhava is the highest feeling, even greater than the love that one feels when the lover is with them. Even more intense than that emotion is the emotion when the lover is not with them. And they are pining for that person. And they are thinking that when will he come? When will she come? That feeling of separation is more intense than even sambhoga. Sambhoga say more powerful is vipralambha, which is separation. Right? So that separation, in that separation, they become angry. They become illogical. They start criticizing providence. They start criticizing destiny and time. बोलते हैं कि आप क्या हो providence? What is this? First, show us this beautiful Krishna, who is always smiling, to relieve, to minimize the grief of this material world. Material world is dukhalayam, is a horrible place. But just by seeing the smile of this Sham Sundar Krishna, हम लोग को ये material world का दुख जो है उसका अनुभव नहीं होता है. आप पहले इस सुंदर श्याम सुंदर कृष्ण का हमको दर्शन देते हो और फिर हमसे छीन लेते हो. What kind of destiny is this? What kind of rubbish? We don't like, right? So they are criticizing providence. Then they say this Akrura. Akrura ka meaning is Akrura. Krura means cruel. Akrura means one who is not cruel. ये क्या नाम दे दिया ये अक्रूर को? ये कोई नाम है? वो तो क्रूर है. अक्रूर कैसे हुआ है? He is cruel. He is cruel. He is separating us from Krishna. So they are criticizing. They are blaspheming Akrura also. Then they start thinking. वो लोग भी आगे सोचने लगते हैं. जैसे अक्रूर आगे सोच रहे हैं, वो लोग भी आगे सोचने लगते हैं. Think, अरे, we are तो ordinary village girls. हमको तो कुछ ऐसा रंग बिरंगी हमको मालूम नहीं है. अच्छा कपड़ा, अच्छा वेशभूषा. We are just ordinary cowherd girls, village girls. क्या हमको मालूम है? But Krishna is going to go to Mathura, and in Mathura he is going to be seeing all the the beautiful women in Mathura who will be wearing nice royal clothes, वेशभूषा ये वो वहां जाएंगे. He will be attracted. Krishna is like that only. He is attracted by beautiful people, and he will be attracted to those women. Those women will also be. They would have surely heard about him. They will also be attracted to him, and by that attraction, if Krishna gets attracted to them, he will forget us. फिर what about us? यहाँ पे हम लोग separation में जलते आग अग्नि में जलते जाएंगे, and he will forget us. He'll never come back. So imagine they are now in so much anxiety that he is going to go away. He will forget us. So when Akrura is leaving, when the chariot is leaving for Mathura, this picture that is there in the background, you all can't see it, but those who are online can see this picture. I'll just move aside for a moment. So the person who is driving the chariot is Akrura. Krishna and Balaram are in the chariot, and behind are all the gopis, right? All the gopis are trying to hold the chariot and stop it from going forward. क्या मत जाओ. Illogical. They become illogical. Oh, हमें कुछ नहीं पता. Like mothers do ना sometimes. Mothers when they very illogically loving towards their children. बच्चा बोल रहा है मम्मी मैं स्कूल जा रहा हूँ. नहीं नहीं तू मत जा. मेरे को आज कुछ ठीक नहीं लग रहा है. तुम इधर ही रहो. मत जाओ. अरे लेकिन स्कूल में काम है. नहीं 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 मेरे को कुछ नहीं सुन. तुम यही रहो. So they are becoming illogical. They are holding the wrath of Akrura ki you cannot take Krishna away from us. So finally, and all the Mathura, all the Vrindavan Vasis, not just the Gopis, even the others, they are also thinking that Krishna will go only for 3 days. And what if he doesn't come back? They are also worried. Vapas nahi aaye to kya hoga? So Krishna, before leaving, he tells them. So in this picture, if you can see, you all can't see unfortunately, but I'll share the pictures on the group. I'll put it. Maybe I'll put it right now while we're talking. So this, this beautiful picture, Krishna is basically assuring the, the devotees. He's assuring all the Brajvasis, assuring all the, what is that? The Brajvasis. He's assuring them that don't worry, don't worry. I will come back. So I just sent it. Okay. The first picture I sent. There are 4 more pictures. I'll keep changing my background as we go to the next stage. If I manage to go to the next stage, I'm still stuck on the first one. Anyway, so this beautiful picture where Krishna and Balaram, Krishna is assuring the Brajvasis, is assuring the Gopis. He tells them, don't worry, I will come back soon. What he tells them? I will come back soon. मैं जल्द ही अभी गया और अभी आया. Right? This is what he tells them. And because of this assurance, and Krishna, did he ever come back? He never came back. Right? This is one of the most difficult things to understand in Krishna Leela. And when he was so close to the Brajvasis, so close, there, मतलब उनकी जान उनमें अटकी हुई है, भगवान श्री कृष्ण में. He told them, promised them that I will come back. He didn't come back. How do we understand? We can't understand. It's too painful to even think. He never came back. Anyway, so like this. So he tells them and he leaves. And then there's a long description given of how Akrura, when they are going, at the Yamuna they stop, and at the Yamuna Akrura takes a bath. Krishna and Balaram take a bath, then Akrura takes a bath. Akrura, when he's taking a bath, he leaves Krishna and Balaram in the chariot. They are in the chariot. They have finished their bath, and they are in the chariot. And Akrura goes to take a bath in the Yamuna. When he goes in the Yamuna, he sees Krishna and Balaram in the water. अभी तो chariot में छोड़ के आया था, उनका तो स्नान हो गया था. So he again goes back to the chariot, and then the chariot, Krishna Balaram are there, and they're looking at him. Kya hua? Right? And then again he goes back into the water, and in the water he then sees Sheshnag. He sees Sheshnag, he sees, Mahavishnu, and वो सब फिर उनका बहुत prayers होता है. And then after he comes back, he's completely, astonished, right? What he's seen, right? And then he comes back to the chariot, and Krishna Balaram look at him and say, "Kya hua? You're looking very astonished. Kya ho gaya?" So this is a sweet leela of the Lord. They are खिल्ली उड़ा रहे हैं उनका कि. So he is also understanding that ठीक है, मैं जानता हूँ आप कौन हो, so I'll accept this, like that. So then they go. So when they go, now अभी मैं थोड़ा speed बढ़ाता हूँ because this is क्या बोलते हैं? This is just a detail. These are just the details. So Krishna enters into Mathura. When he enters into Mathura, it is described that when he is walking along the street, right? Now you see the sight, right? Krishna and Balaram, when they are walking through, through this beautiful place of Mathura, at that time, all the Brajvasis are seeing them. So I am just changing the next image now. Okay. So this is the next image, and I'll send it to all of you also. So Krishna and Balaram, when they are walking through Vrindavan, all the Brajvasis, it is described that they started glancing upon the beautiful, form of Krishna and Balaram. They started looking at them. So as they are walking, I just sent the next picture. So as they are walking through Vrindavan, through Mathura, all the Mathura Vasis are one by one come because they have heard. उन्होंने सुना है कि ये अभी रेसलिंग मैच ऑर्गेनाइज किया है जिसमें ये कृष्ण बलराम आने वाले हैं और उनको ऑलरेडी उन्होंने कृष्ण बलराम के बारे में बहुत सुना है. अभी विदर्भ वाले सुना है तो डेफिनेटली नेबरिंग मथुरा वालों ने तो सुना ही होगा. So they all come out. The women of Mathura, that is, long description is given how the women of Mathura, when they hear that आगे already it was like celebrity आने जैसे कभी I remember in 2007 when India won the World Cup, T20 World Cup पहली बार जीते थे, तो इंडियन क्रिकेटर्स एक डबल डेकर बस उनके लिए बना था और वो बस में वो लोग they were going all along the streets of Mumbai and people were lined up all along from Dadar to Kolaba, all the way people were standing कि आएंगे हमारे deities, हमारे देवता अभी आने वाले हैं, and they are standing there and they are waving at everybody, be calm, हम आ गए, लो मैं आ गया, that kind of thing. And that way Krishna and Balaram, when they're walking, and they already know that आने वाले हैं, और जब आ गए, अरे आ गए, so they are so excited, वो लोग अपना सब काम वाम छोड़ के, so description is given how they left their husbands, they were breastfeeding their child को छोड़ दिया, अपना some were bathing, they are not even dressed properly, they came onto all of them came to the terraces, they didn't come down. They came to the terrace of their homes, and from the terrace of their home, they're all looking at Krishna and Balaram are coming. They're showering flowers. They're looking at the beauty of Krishna. All of them, like that. So then, ऐसे चलते, Krishna reaches a place where the sacrificial bow of Kamsa is stored. It's a big, massive bow. That bow has been gifted to him by Parshuram. So ये Parshuram का bow है, जो Kamsa ने पकड़ा है. So it's not an ordinary bow, and it shows that Kamsa भी कोई ऐसा लल्लू पंजू नहीं था, right? Because अगर परशुराम ने उनको दिया है अपना bow, वो परशुराम challenges him that you string my bow, and Kamsa to show off he strings the bow 100 times. एक बार नहीं 100 बार निकालता है डालता है. So he shows that भाई मेरे में है औकात. So then परशुराम gives him, चल ये तू रख ले. So वो sacrificial bow का एक बड़ा यज्ञ होने वाला है. Around that धनुर यज्ञ होने वाला है. So Krishna walks into the place where the dhanush is kept, and then he goes up to the dhanush. As he is going there, the people who are nearby, they try to stop him. नहीं, गांव वाले बच्चे यहाँ तक जाने का नहीं है, धनुष को हाथ में लगाने का. And Krishna just goes up to the dhanush, he picks it up, he strings it, and he breaks it into two. उसके दो भाग हो जाते. These people, all the servants, एक तो उनको टेंशन ना. सोचो ना कोई म्यूजियम में आके मोनालिसा पे किसी ने अभी क्या फेंका, केक फेंका. A few days back there was a somebody threw cake on Mona Lisa. उसमें क्या बिगाड़ा है? उसके ऊपर भी jokes घूम रहे हैं. That there was some joke on that also. I forgot now what it was. Anyway, so that she's silent on global warming or something like that. ऐसा करके तो उसके ऊपर फेंक दिया. जो भी. So where was I? I forgot. I lost my track. धनुष. वो धनुष तोड़ा तो सबको टेंशन आ गया. Imagine the curator in the museum, Louvre, लूव्र में कितना टेंशन आया रहेगा. मोनालिसा पे केक फेंका, मेरा तो नौकरी गया, मैं तो गया टाइप्स. तो उनको भी ऐसे टेंशन आया कि ये तो धनुष तोड़ दिया जिसका यज्ञ होने वाला है. So they immediately attacked Krishna and Balaram. And Krishna and Balaram ने क्या किया, जो धनुष के दो भाग थे ना बांट लिए और वो half धनुष से सबको मारा. And Kamsa then he got worried and he heard the sound of the bow breaking. See, already Kamsa knows कि मेरा काल आ रहा है. It's already 8:20. I don't know how much we'll complete, but मैं भगाता हूँ. थोड़ा 5-10 मिनट ऊपर हो सकता है. I'm sorry for that. So he is already worried. मेरा काल आने वाला है. Then he hears this horrible sound of the bow breaking. So then he gets the news from the खबरी कि अरे वहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोगों को मार दिया. So then he sends a little reinforcement. उनको भी गिरा देते. इसी से ठाड़ मार के सबको गिरा देते. Right? So now Kamsa is worried. He's very worried. So what happens is Kamsa that night. So then after that, ये सब होने के बाद Krishna and Balaram, they walk through. There are 2-3 pastimes that are discussed. I'll not get into it. But they walk through and then they go to their place where they have to rest and they take rest. आराम से सो जाते रात. But one person is not able to sleep. Kamsa. Kamsa को नींद ही नहीं आता है. रात भर वो ऐसा तिलमिल because he's worried. He starts seeing all kinds of bad omens. He stands in front of the mirror. He can see his body. He can't see his head. मतलब उसको अपना शरीर दिख रहा है लेकिन अपना सर नहीं दिख रहा है. Right? Then he looks at his shadow. अपने परछाई को देखता है और परछाई में उसको छेद दिखते हैं. He sees holes in his shadow. As though someone has shot, किसी ने गन शॉट मारा है. ऐसा वो कार्टून में देखा ना, the holes बन जाता है. ऐसा holes. He is able to see holes in his shadow. And many things are there. He sees when he sees the stars, उसको सब double दिखते हैं. Everything is looking weird. So he sees this bad omens. लगता है मैं तो गया. And then when he sleeps, even when he falls asleep with great difficulty, in his sleep he sees ghosts on a chariot which are driven by donkeys. Donkeys are driving a chariot of ghosts. Then he sees that he is walking on clay, but उसका footprint नजर नहीं आ रहा. मतलब गया, already he is gone, subtle body हो गया. Then he sees dream that someone has given him poison and he's drinking it. ये सब होते तो he is like sweating, horrible sleep, पूरा रात उसका नींद ऐसे ही गुजर जाता. And he is in great anxiety. So then the description is given, the wrestling arena, akhada, जहाँ पे ये सब, this big wrestling match is going to happen the next day. So next day morning, Kamsa comes and takes a seat on a raised seat, amidst his all governing executive leaders. उसके जो सारे leaders हैं, they're all sitting on raised seats, and his seat is the highest. He's the king. So he's sitting amongst them, but his heart is palpitating. This is the words that is Krishna book and is used. Prabhupada uses his heart is palpitating with what? The fear of death. He says, and Prabhupada says here, when cruel death comes, it does not care for anyone's exalted position. आप कोई भी होने दो. You may be Mukesh Ambani, you may be some big rock star. अभी कौन मर गया? कोई तो एक मर गया ना, सिद्धू. के कौन? के करके भी कोई सिंगर करके था, वो मर गया. He was apparently a good guy. वो सिद्धू को तो violent death मारा है, पता नहीं क्या होगा. सिद्धू ना? मूसेवाला को खत्म कर दिया, violent death, right? No matter who you are, how powerful you may be, you will die. You will die. It's a matter of time. Putin thinks he is all powerful. Therefore, वो इतना confidence से आगे बढ़ रहा है, right? कोई इसको रोक भी नहीं रहा है. He's so confident कि मुझे कुछ नहीं होगा. But he will die. One day or the other, he has to die. कुछ नहीं तो he'll die of some horrible disease. थोड़ी वो जिंदा रहेगा हमेशा, right? He may think that I'll do this, I'll become more powerful than वो कौन conqueror था? Peter the Great, some great Russian ruler some years back who expanded the Russian Empire, created the Russia as we know it today. I'll become greater than him. That's what he's thinking. But he may die. He may just trip on a step, fall down and die. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, right? So like that. So anyway, as Krishna is walking through, is entering the arena, वहाँ पे he is greeted by whom? By the elephant Kuvalayapida. I'm not getting into details, but very quickly Krishna pulls. He goes behind the elephant. First he's blocking that. Elephant is blocking the entrance. तो उनको बोलते हैं जरा हटो भाई. Krishna and Balaram tell जरा हटो, बाजू हटो, उनको जरा अंदर जाना है. So then that जो elephant का जो महूत है, उसको भी बोला गया है कि इनको मारने का. वो ऐसा फुल रेडी है, तो उनको इंसल्ट करता है, कुछ बोलता है उनको. So then Krishna, he runs behind the elephant. He goes from under, runs behind the elephant, and he pulls the elephant by its tail for 25 yards. 25 yards तक उसको से tail से खींचता है, और फिर उसको ऐसे left right ऐसा घुमाता है. And various description is given. Finally, he kills Kuvalayapida and he kills the Mahol. Then he comes inside. As he walks into the arena, जहाँ अखाड़ा है, as he walks into the arena, everyone is, their eyes are like ऐसा एकदम चिपक गए उनके ऊपर, बस एकदम भगवान श्री कृष्ण के सुंदर दर्शन पे, बलराम जी के सुंदर दर्शन पे सबकी आंखें पूरी तरह से ऐसे चिपक जाए, चुंबक जैसा चिपक जाते हैं उनके ऊपर. They all look at him, but everyone is looking in a different rasa, right? So Krishna is Rasa Raj. He has different rasa with everybody. Unlimited rasas he can have with anybody. So the wrestlers in the arena who are all waiting there, they see him looking like a thunderbolt, vajra ki tarah, right? The general people, jo aam janta hai, when they see him, they see he is the most beautiful person. बाप रे, कौन है इतना सुंदर, क्या है ये, मतलब they can't, मतलब वो ब्यूटी को वो लोग अपने आंखों से, जैसे कि अगर आपके क्या बोलते हैं, पीने की क्षमता, पानी पीने की क्षमता 2 लीटर है और आपको कोई 20 लीटर दे दे, 20,000 लीटर दे दे, तो आप पी सकते हो क्या? आप सिर्फ सोच सकते कि ये क्या है, ये 20,000 लीटर क्या है. You can't even imagine it. It's like that. That is the beauty of Krishna that they are seeing, and when they see this beauty, they are thinking, what a wonderful person. Then the women in Mathura, they are seeing Madan, they are seeing Cupid personified. इतना सुंदर कोई व्यक्ति हो ही नहीं सकता. They are like completely mohit by his beauty. The cowherd men who have also come, वो लोग आगे आए हैं ना, they have come with Krishna and Balaram, थोड़ा आगे पहुंच गए वो लोग. तो अक्रूर वगैरह रुक गए थे यमुना पे स्नान, वो लोग तो आगे पहुंच गए थे, पहले ही पहुंच गए थे. So they are seeing, ये तो अपना कान्हा है, अपना गोपाल है, ठीक है, बाकी लोग बहुत ऐसा ये कर रहे हैं, तो अपना गोपाल है. They are looking at it like that. Then Nanda and Yashoda, not Nanda and Yashoda, हाँ, Nanda is seeing मेरा बेटा है. Devaki and Vasudev are saying that this is हमारा बच्चा है, he is the one whom we, हमने उसको ऐसा टोकरी में डाल के भेज दिया था, उसके बाद कभी देखा ही नहीं, ये है वो व्यक्ति. And they are looking with so much love. They are like, ऐसा उनके आंखों से वो लोग उनको, so the description given is that the Mathura Vasis, they were looking at Krishna and Balaram with so much attraction. They're literally licking their bodies in their mind. That much attraction is there. They just can't take their eyes off him. They're looking at him. And Kamsa is also seeing Krishna. And how he's seeing? He's seeing Krishna as death person. Ye to mera kaal aadmi. And those who are unintelligent people, those who are foolish people, they say कि ये क्या लड़ेंगे, ये लोग क्या लड़ेंगे अपने wrestlers के साथ. They are unintelligent. So the citizens, they are looking at him as it is described in Krishna book with insatiable glances. मतलब देख के जी ही नहीं भरता, कितना भी देखो कम है, right? Sometimes people start looking at someone till that person becomes uncomfortable. इतना देख रहा है यार, बस कर अभी. Right? Women especially, Matajis have a special potency. They can immediately make out if someone is looking at. उनको तो समझ जाता है. Even if they are not looking at that person, उनको पीछे से भी कोई देख रहा है, उनको वो sixth sense रहता है, उनको समझ जाते हैं कोई देख रहा है. Correct? I am assuming, my wife tells me she feels like that, and she is mostly correct, right? Just looking at the woman, they come to know. उनको है वो. So imagine that insatiable glance. They are looking at Krishna and they can't take their eyes off him. वो नजर हटा ही नहीं पा रहे, और वो दिल ही नहीं भर रहा है कि चल बस हो गया, देख लिया ना, हो गया ना, नहीं हुआ, नहीं हम और देखना है. They're just looking at him, right? And while they're looking at him, they're reciting his pastimes. They're talking about his childhood pastimes. They're talking about how he killed all the different demons. They're talking about how he held Govardhan, how he is the Yashoda Nandan Brajajana Ranjan, how he is source of entertainment and joy to all the Brajvasis. How fortunate are these Brajvasis? 12-15 साल कृष्ण भगवान उनके साथ रहे. हम लोग कितने अनफॉर्चुनेट है, अभी हमको उनका दर्शन मिल रहा है. We never got to see him as a baby. Right? They are chanting his pastime. They are in a different level of ecstasy, right? And amidst all this, इस सब के बीच में Chanura approaches. Chanura and Mushtika, who are the leaders amongst all the wrestlers, the two biggest guys, वीडियो ही बंद हो गया मेरा. Sorry. I didn't realize my video keeps going off. Some lose connection. So now Chanur and Mushtik, they come before Krishna and Balaram. So this is the next image. Okay. So I'll just share this also with all of you. So when Chanur and Mushtik come, first Chanur comes to Krishna and he tells Krishna कि क्या है ना, आप आए हो यहाँ पे, you have come here. So since you have come here now for the pleasure of the king has called you, and we have heard कि आप लोग वृंदावन में कुछ कुश्ती उस्ती कर लेते हो, अच्छा करते हो, your limbs are also looking strong. Why don't we have a fight? थोड़ा कुश्ती कर ले, हो जाए थोड़े अखाड़ा में, उतर जाए. So Krishna is very smart. Krishna says that see, हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है आपके साथ लड़ने में, लेकिन क्या है, जो मथुरा वासी हैं, इनको ये अनफेयर फाइट लगेगा कि हम तो बच्चे हैं और आप ऐसे मुस्तंड, so strong, well, powerful people, आपके सामने हम लोग लड़ेंगे तो वो अनफेयर फाइट लगेगा. They will say it is not a fair battle. So therefore, I don't know. So then now interesting thing is what Chanura replies. Okay, ये भी interesting बात है. Chanura उनको बोलते हैं कि my dear Krishna, we can understand very well that you are neither child nor a young man. ना आप बच्चे हो, ना आप कोई जवान हो. You are transcendental to everyone, as is your bigger brother Balaram. वो बोलते हैं कि हम आपकी पहचान ऑलरेडी देख चुके हैं. Both of you have already killed the elephant Kuvalayapida. आपने उसको ऑलरेडी मार दिया है. Was capable of fighting thousands of other elephants. इतने बलवान हाथी को आपने अपने bare hand से मारा है. तो हम आपके शक्ति का परिचय ले चुके हैं, right? You have killed him in a wonderful way. Because of your strength, it behooves you to compete with the strongest wrestlers among us. I therefore, so Chanur says, I want to wrestle with you, and your elder brother Balaram, he will wrestle with Mushtik. So Chanur will wrestle with Krishna, and Mushtik will wrestle with Balaram. So the fight begins. Now, as the fight begins, the description is given of how they are fighting, right? It's a very powerful fight that is going on. भयंकर, ऐसे हाथ से हाथ मिला रहे, चेस्ट से चेस्ट मिला रहे, पांव से गिरा रहे, एक दूसरे को पटक रहे. And Krishna Balaram are fighting like normal wrestling match. वो लोग, they have not yet become Krishna Balaram. They are fighting like normal, children. And then at one point, not at one point, immediately the Mathura Vasis become very dissatisfied with this. They feel कि ये क्या है? ये क्या लड़ाई है? This is a mismatched fight. How can these delicate looking young boys be fighting with these horrible looking wrestlers? If you can see in the picture, क्या painting बनाया जबरदस्त, right? You can see Chanura and Mushtik how they look. इनके साथ कैसे ये बच्चे लड़ सकते हैं, right? So they are saying anyone who watches this battle, ये unfair battle है. This is against dharma. ऐसा वो लोग they start, लड़ाई करने लगते हैं. All the women are, they are not satisfied. They lose their sense of enjoyment. Till then they are enjoying. The moment the fight starts, they don't enjoy. ये क्या है? कैसा लड़ाई है? ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? And at that time, some of the ladies, they say, but hold on, dear friends, are you noticing? देखो जरा कृष्ण का चेहरा देखो. There are beads of perspiration on his face as he's fighting. So in that also, they are enjoying his beauty. Look at the beads of perspiration on his face from chasing his enemy, and his face appears like a lotus flower with drops of water on it. So they are glorifying. And then another lady says, don't you see how the face of Lord Balaram is very fair. Krishna is dark, but Balaram is very fair. His face has turned especially beautiful. There is a reddish hue. His face has become red. तो लाल हो जाता है ना. तो बलराम जी उनका चेहरा लाल हो गया है because he's engaged in a strenuous wrestling match with Mushtik, right? So everyone is in great anxiety because of this wrestling match. So finally what happens is, Krishna sees कि चलो यार ये लोग का anxiety बहुत बढ़ रहा है, tension बढ़ रहा है यहाँ पे, तो मैं इसको फटाफट खत्म करूँ. चाणूर को फाट 3 लाफा मारते हैं. चाणूर one after the other, fat, 3 lafa मारते. So Chanura is like, he gets very angry. Anyone gets slapped, they don't like. I don't know how many of you have ever been slapped in your life. A slap is very insulting. So मुक्का मारते हैं तो इतना नहीं लगा. लाफा मारा तो बहुत insult होता है. 3 लाफा मारा, fat. तो चाणूर को बड़ा गुस्सा है. चाणूर ने ऐसे दोनों हाथ मिलाए and he started beating Krishna. He started beating Krishna on his chest, right? Chanura is a very powerful man. He's beating Krishna on the chest. But the description given in the Bhagavatam is that Krishna felt what he felt like if an elephant के ऊपर किसी ने garland फेंका, ऐसा garland. Elephant के ऊपर garland फेंका तो उसको कैसा लगेगा? कुछ नहीं लगेगा, अच्छा लगेगा उल्टा. वैसा चाणूर का दोनों हाथ से मुक्का मार. Krishna was feeling like that. So ultimately what Krishna does is Krishna holds those two hands while he's hitting. वो दोनों हाथ पकड़ लेते हैं और दोनों हाथ से फुगड़ी फू उसको ऐसा घुमाते 2-3 बार. And by the centrifugal force, Chanur Hari Bol. Chanur Hari Bol. And then Balram ji, Mushtik is fighting with Balram. Mushtik hits Balram hard on the face. जोर से मारते Balram ji को. And Balram ji gets angry. And Balram ji hits him back. When he hits him on his head, on his face, he vomits blood and he also leaves his body. So immediately after this, so Chanur Mushtik दोनों गए. उसके बाद 3 more wrestlers, वो बाकी जो बड़ा अखाड़ा है ना, so many wrestlers are 3 more. Kuta, Shala, Toshala, they also come. तीनों का फट फट फट, they are also finished off very quickly. बाकी बचे हुए जो wrestlers है, these were the leaders. उसके बाद सेकंड लाइन आया, ये कुटा, शला एंड तोशला. सेकंड लाइन को भी खत्म किया. बचे हुए रेसलर्स का क्या हुआ? सब भाग गए, अपना जान बचा के भाग. All of them ran away, right? So now what happened? Now the real festival started. Trumpets started blowing. People are, drums are being played and big music is going on. I'll finish. Last 5 minutes. I'll finish. आज कीर्तन short. Sorry. Yamuna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So very quickly what happens is trumpets and drums, everyone is clapping, everyone is happy. Everyone, the Brahmanas start singing praises of Krishna Balaram. Everyone is happy. One person is not happy. तो कंसा जिंदा है भाई, ये सब देख रहा है. पहला चाणूर गया, फिर मुष्टिक गया, कुविलपेट गया, मेरा बो गया, ये गया, वो गया, सब बैड ओमेन देखा है. He is getting very angry that they are being praised. The drums बज रहे हैं, music is playing and praise चल रहा है. मेरे enemy का मेरे सामने. बोला बंद करो. He says, I order that these 2 sons of Vasudeva be immediately driven out of Mathura. The cowherd boys who have come with them should be plundered and all their riches to be taken away. Nanda Maharaj should be immediately arrested and killed for his cunning behavior. Maro Nanda Maharaj ko turant. Then he says, and that rascal Vasudeva should also be killed without any delay. Also my father Ugrasen, who has also supported my enemies against my will, should be killed. मतलब सबको मारो, सबको खत्म कर दो. अरे अभी तक एक बाल बांका कर नहीं पाए किसी पे भी, और सबको मारो. So when Krishna hears this, Krishna says, हो गया, चलो इन सबको मार दिया. Krishna is also enjoying, all the music, and the cowherd boys have also come down from the audience and they are slapping Krishna on the back. Well done, And उसके बीच में, ये नंदा अपना कम्स वहां बैठ के कुछ डायलॉग मार रहा है कि मारो सबको, सबको खत्म कर दो. So then Krishna jumps up. He goes right up to the top of the dais where Kamsa is sitting on a high raised seat. Kamsa sees him coming. He removes his sword. He is also ready. अब मैं मारूंगा इसको, मेरे को मारना है, मैं मारूंगा. He removes his sword and he's about to kill. He's trying to kill. He's trying to hit Krishna with that sword. At that time, Krishna dodges the sword, hits him on the head, so his crown comes off. He catches his long hair. अपने बाल से उसको घसीट के नीचे लेके आते हैं अखाड़े में. Why he does that? Acharyas explain he does that because he pulled my mother's hair to kill her. So he also pulls the hair of Kamsa and drags him into the arena. And very quickly, right, Krishna straddled his chest. He sat on his chest. He beat him 2-3 times on the chest. Kamsa finished. That's it. As I said, the actual killing of Kamsa doesn't last for even few seconds. He just jumps on his chest, beats him, drags him down, beats him, and he's dead. After that, we come to the verse that we discussed, that Krishna and Balaram then drag the body of Kamsa all over the arena so that his mother Devaki and father Vasudeva will be convinced that actually मर गया ना बाबा, तो क्या कर रहा है? Actually मरा ना वो, he's actually dead, So to assure him, they do that, right? So like that. So this is the whole pastime of, to assure his parents that Kamsa was dead. Lord Krishna dragged him just as the lion drags an elephant after killing it. There were two more stories that I wanted to tell, but I will not tell. We'll end here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna. So there is a beautiful pastime, two beautiful pastimes that happen after this killing. That we will discuss next time. माता जी टेंशन में आ गई, अभी बोलेगा तो नहीं. Next time.
I am remembering my children fasted because all remember Janmashtami, Samhita played Krishna's role. Sai became Kamsa. Samhita literally the full action is a Sai Kumar. Sai सोच रहे बेचारे बहन है.
पूरा खुन्नस निकाल दिया हमने भाई के ऊपर, बड़ा भाई का. All right, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. So we'll do kirtan for a few minutes, just 5 minutes, and then we are kind of on time. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasani Gaur Bhaktanta. So final, I forgot to change the final screensaver of the background, which was this one. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare